back on topic.
Back on topic.
Mini Massive was the follow-up to the, well, not even follow-up, the newest piece in the line of Langevin.
Yes.
Langevin, one of those.
One of the two.
And you were talking earlier about how it came to be from the bigger brother,
the Massive Passive, the Manley Massive Passive,
right, exactly.
Which is an all-tube passive parametric equalizer. Sort of a parametric Pultec mingled, because it is passive, you know, it just has tube makeup gain at the end. Now, Massive Passives have been really popular for many years. They're in mastering studios, they're in tracking studios, they're all over the place, and a lot of people really like them, really like exactly what it is. Right. But the things that some people had to say about it were that, well, it's a little too colored. The output transformers are very colored in it, and most people really like it. You know, everyone who owns one really likes it. They said it's a little too colored. It's a little too much, too many things, because it's 4 bands per channel. Stereo EQ with 4 bands. People say, I don't really need that much. I want the same basic idea of what it does, but I don't need that much of it. They also said it's too big.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
And too expensive, because it is. Because there's a lot.
Because
there's a lot going on inside that unit with all the band cards and all the gain stages. It's a very complex piece.
Right.
So we decided to respond to that with taking advantage of the Langevin stuff that we do. So because it's solid state, first of all, like I explained earlier in the video, it immediately drops the cost by a great amount, because you're not dealing with tubes. You're not dealing with those power supplies. You're not dealing with those voltages. It becomes a lot easier.
And which also frees up a ton of real estate.
Exactly.
As well.
Exactly. Which is why this is 1 rack space.
Right.
There's 2 of them over here, in case you can't see. It's 1 rack space as opposed to 3 on the big Massive Passive. So you got a solid state electronics, so it's less expensive. It's only 2 bands per channel as opposed to 4. It's just shelving, basically. I mean, bell or shelf, but you know, you got highs and lows, which for a lot of people is all they need. It's kind of a broad sculpting sort of thing, which is why we have it on the drums here, basically on the sub mix or the the room mic, that sort of thing. Also, it has switchable transformers, output transformers, so you can bypass them if you want to. We initially intended this to be an option in the back, to have the transformers be an option, but we just decided to add it to all of them because it was easier and it was something most people wanted. Yeah, exactly. So it's switchable. You can switch in the transformer, you can bypass it entirely, and you can oversaturate it as well for a more vintagey colored thing.
Very cool.
But again, since it's a Manley piece, well, Langevin by Manley, I wouldn't expect it to be really colored. It's not an obvious thing. We don't do effects. You know, we build things to have minor, subtle changes to them that people would be able to appreciate. We don't do effects boxes though. It's not like that. But same basic topology as the Massive Passive. You know, it's got a passive EQ section that's very much the same. So that's the Mini Massive is our answer to those people who didn't like the Massive for whatever reason.
It's very cool. I know it's a favorite around here, and I think in a little while we're going to have Sean demo it. Obviously, it's already hooked up with drums and guitars. Well, one's with drums, one's with guitars. So we'll do a little demo with real audio and get that happening as well.
Cool.
So very cool, man. Thanks, Chris. What else we got coming on in the future for Langevin in general? Anything that you can mention or talk about, or will there be? Or
well, there's a couple of Manley pieces that do not have tubes in them. There's a few. Mostly these are associated with the mastering side of things. I can tell you that we are don't expect it anytime soon. Right. But we're working on a mic and mic pre matrixing box right now. So basically you'll be able to have 4 mics and 4 mic pre's hooked up, and you can select which is going to which. It's got phase alignment built in, it's got phantom built in for the mics. So for people who like to experiment, you know, that's something for in the future someday. We've been thinking about that, and that's on the deck there. And of course we build all our hi-fi stuff too.
Exactly.
Pro Gear is about 80% of our sales. Hi-Fi is about 20%, and we have new hi-fi products out right now as well. So there's a lot going on at the factory at any one time. You know, when we introduce a new product, it's a very big deal since we do everything in-house. You know, we've got to get all the metalwork stocked and all the boards, and it's a big deal.
Well, the Langevin stuff is good stuff, doing well for us. We've known it from the beginning here at Mercenary, and you know, can't say enough about it, and as well as Manley for that matter. And apparently we're, I think, one of the older dealers of Manley gear.
I believe you are.
Here at
If I'm not
Mercenary.
mistaken, I think you're the first East Coast dealer that we
Seems
had.
to me it's always been here as long as I've been around here, so that's
quite a while.
Good history.
Absolutely.
Very cool. So
Langevin, bang for the buck kind of stuff.
yep,
Built in Chino, not China.
exactly. Built real well. Sounds good. Serves lots of purposes. Is that a word?
Porpoises?
Porpoises?
Serves
Yeah,
lots of porpoises.
Porpoises make some good records. If you ever heard of Porpoise record,
Yeah.
they're good stuff.
I just thought of a seafood restaurant, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
serving lots of porpoises.
Exactly. Well,
Serving-
very cool, man. We're going to move on, I think, to some sort of audio demonstration.
Sure.
And, you know, if we have to stop that and discuss it some more and talk about what's happening, that'd be cool, too.
All
Very
right.
nice.
Well,
Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for
Thanks for coming
putting
here
up
to
the
Mercenary
cameras.
Coffee Talk.
Coffee Talk
Cheers.
with Manley Labs.
There you
Thank
go.
you, everyone.
Thank you.